Hello and welcome to my next YouTube video. In the last one, we looked at what are NFTs for 5 different audience levels, from teenager to graduate and an expert. But now I got some requests from my uncle and a few of my other relatives that I should make one for senior citizens. And I got thinking about it, and I figured that makes a lot of sense actually, because with those who are slightly older, they have a world of experience. So explaining something is very easy, and they would like to know more detail than a child or a teenager or a graduate or a young professional. And the way they would look at it would be slightly different than what a 20-year-old would look at it. So here's my video for what are NFTs explained for those in their golden years. And as always, please follow me on Twitter at FInallrounder, and look forward to hearing your feedback on this. So what are NFTs? NFTs are non-fungible tokens minted on the blockchain. Its features are each NFT is unique, each NFT is 100% digital, though there are NFTs that could have some physical aspect to it, like something backed in the physical world, but that backing or that relation is not something that's the NFT. The NFT is what's the digital aspect of it. And each NFT is programmable with code that cannot be changed or altered once minted. So basically an NFT once minted is set in stone. But what is all those words I just used, right? So let's look at a real world analogy. You remember post offices used to have PO boxes. So think about a blockchain as a post office. And just like there were hundreds of post offices, there are hundreds of blockchains. Within that blockchain, you have one project, which is, say, the Bored Ape Yacht Club, which is an NFT project. And they go out and they say, I'm going to buy these 100 post boxes, and these 100 post boxes are my NFT collection. And so basically post office location A has 100 post boxes 0 to 100 now allocated to this collection. Once that post box is once it is minted, those numbers are set in stone, and therefore there is a specific location on the blockchain, like there is in a post office, where that NFT is located. And like a PO box, it has something inside it. The NFT has inside it a smart contract, or bundled into it a smart contract, which points the user or the owner or the reader or the blockchain itself what to do and where to look for the content. Just like when you open the PO box, you have something inside it, and there could be some PO boxes with nothing inside it. Similarly, there could be NFTs with nothing inside it. So therefore, if you have an image or a movie or a song or a smart contract or something which is a certificate, then all of those details would be contained in a smart contract in the NFT, which is inside your PO box, and that would point you to a specific location on the internet. And that is how I would say is the best analogy for anybody who's older to understand what this is. So what are blockchains, right? Blockchains are basically decentralized public ledgers, and Bitcoin was the first real use case of the blockchain as we know it today. And it's a digital only currency that is mined and stored on the blockchain, and it is transferred 100% digitally. And the rest, they say, is history. Today we have over 10,000 blockchain projects, I think, or have been more than like 15,000 blockchain projects in the last 10 years. and those projects were basically created on blockchains. And Ethereum, which was the next big development, created something called as smart contracts. And these smart contracts were what led to today's development of NFTs. So first was blockchain, which was Bitcoin. Then came addition of smart contracts on the blockchain, which was Ethereum. And that led to one of its applications, that is NFTs. NFTs are the latest way to digitally own something. And this could be anything from work of art to college degrees to sports moments or even tickets. NFTs are created on blockchains like Ethereum or Solana are very popular. These are minted tokens that contain unique code and pre-programmed information, also called as smart contracts. And these can be programmed to behave in a particular way that's defined. But once it's done, you can't change it. What are tokens? So every token is minted through a particular smart contract, and it's an identifiable unit on that blockchain. In case of cryptos like Bitcoin or Ethereum, these tokens are fungible, and they are basically fungible means they are the same and you can exchange one for another, just like dollar bills. And if it's unique and not interchangeable, it's called a non-fungible token. And most commonly the NFTs are image files. But I've used this word called smart contracts about 10 times yet. And what are smart contracts? Smart contracts are basically predefined code or a program that is set into an NFT token using one of the languages that's compatible with that blockchain. So you have to use coding language, and they also contain descriptive information about the NFT. Let's look at a real world example of something that could have been a smart contract. You all remember vending machines, right? So vending machines have basically slots for each location, and there is something contained in that location. The machine doesn't know what that location contains. The machine just knows when someone pays me an amount that is sufficient for that particular location, I have to release one turn of the wheel and that product will drop down. And in turn, if the amount is more than what the product price was in my machine, then I need to give out change. So that entire piece of code, when put on an NFT digitally and stored on the blockchain, would be a smart contract. And this is just a very simplified example, but a vending machine is a great example of what a smart contract is, and a very easy way to understand because it's something most of us have used and keep using throughout our life. However, how are NFTs different, right? So there are many unique attributes and features that we can add to NFTs because these are programmable contracts. So a creator can get royalty every time an NFT is sold, or an offline promise can be made along with the NFT, like an artist meet or greet ticket. So these are basically aspects which depend a lot on who is offering the NFT, and therefore will decide what happens and how it is treated and how trusted the NFT token becomes. And NFTs are probably the biggest format change or format growth for artists after the TV, as they allow the creators all kinds of options, all kinds of functionality, which they couldn't do earlier in a transparent manner and in a digital manner, which can be transmitted across the world. And what can NFTs do? So the technology was created basically to make digital assets that are unique and to live forever. So everybody who has some form of content has gone into an NFT. Like I could mint an NFT tomorrow and link it to this video, and anybody who has the NFT can only see this video because they wouldn't, and nobody else would know where this video is stored except somebody who has access to that NFT. So that's the sort of options that an NFT gives. some examples are multimedia content, ticketing, certificates, and we'll look at some of the options in the next slides. What's unique about them? So NFTs are an excellent medium for creators, like I just mentioned. They're also great for collectors or fans of particular franchises like Star Wars, or sports teams like Lakers or Mumbai Indians. And they've also opened up other structures like decentralized autonomous organizations or DAOs, clubs and communities that are based on ownership of NFT, things like royalties for artists on secondary sale. So today, when the Mona Lisa is sold, Da Vinci gets nothing from it. But if an NFT is programmed in a manner that the original artist gets a percentage of the sale, every time the NFT is sold, that much percentage of the sale price can go back to the original artist as royalty. So think of the possibilities that this can do, and how much artists and content creators can maximize this technology to sort of develop themselves and to put themselves out in the market. So one of the most famous NFT collections is the Bored Ape Yacht Club. It's an exclusive collection of 10,000 NFTs, and it actually led to, it's got hundreds of copycats today of all sorts of animals. So all these are random images, and these are attributes that define each image. So image number 9079 is the first one you see here. It's got background was new punk blue. It had no clothes, no earring, eyes were closed, dark brown fur, no hat, and dumbfounded mouth. On the other hand, 7939 has the same background, new punk blue, no clothes, no earring, but sad eyes, cheetah fur, party hat 1, and a board pizza. The third one, 8182, had an aquamarine background. It had navy striped t-shirt, a gold hoop earring, blindfold on its eyes, DMT fur, bandana blue hat, and board mouth. So these are the ways these attributes are, and these functions are added into as rarities. So functions or attributes that are very rare make that particular NFT more rarer and more valuable in the collection of 10,000 NFTs. But the unique part here is that the best part here is that each of those 10,000 are unique to each other. Next is Beeple's first 5,000 days. This was sold for 69 million in an auction by Sotheby's. It's a digital stitch or collage of 5,000 photos art taken by Beeple, who's a digital artist, in a single frame. And as you can see, you can't really create this image physically. This is something that digital content allows you to do. And it could be, it is so high res. I've not seen it, of course, but the internet talks about it, and it's extremely high resolution, and it's 5,000 images stitched together. Next is NFT certificates. So Pomp, who's a well-known crypto influencer, Bitcoiner, has his own crypto academy. He also runs Pomp's Crypto Jobs, and they're offering NFT certificates for their crypto course. And then these are held in the wallet of the alumni permanently. They also display those certificates on their site so that anybody who wants to verify them can easily do that. I completed this course in the Feb cohort 11, and I'm looking forward to getting mine as well. So that brings us to an end, and basically I believe that owning an NFT is like owning a piece of the internet. It's equivalent to how people in their early 2000s were introduced to an email which they had to have. I think owning NFTs will become as normal as owning an email address or a domain name for something you do and something you love. It could be an investment, it could be a collection, it could be a song you love, it could be an artist you love, it could be a sports team, it could be anything. And I think the possibilities are limitless, and we're just coming to the beginning of this. Thanks. That brings us to the end of the video. Do leave your feedback. You can find me on Twitter at FInallrounder. That's my uh, Twitter description. And look forward to hearing your feedback and knowing more. Thank you. Have a great day.